Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I was having a little bit of a rough day, and mindfulness that I always tell you about made me realize don't do this. You're not gonna let your day be ruined. So I was gonna pull a couple cards. A lot of times I do that, like I said, and just see what the ancestors or spirit guides or whoever's guiding me today has to say. We're all being guided, whether you believe it or not, and whether you realize it or not. But you have to get quiet enough to hear it. You have to be alone in your head sometimes, and I know that's not easy. Trust me, but that's part of healing as well. If you don't know me, I'm Christine, founder, owner of Whispers of the Wounded Soul. I wrote a book, Turning Wounds into Wisdom, and I recently added a shadow workbook to go with it. The wisdom, I have to look because, to be honest with you, I forget the name of it sometimes. You know, Whispers of Healing, the wisdom within. That's what I was going to say, but I didn't want to be wrong. You know, I'm not going to pretend that I'm perfect and I know everything and I don't make mistakes. I know there's some people out there that make us who are just average, you know, trying to make it through this world. You know, like Prince says, make it through this thing called life. You know, I don't pretend to be what I'm not. I'm a goofball. I make mistakes. I'm me. If you don't like me, you can scroll by. But you know, I'm here to spread joy and to help people heal. But anyway, so with my book, Turning Wounds into Wisdom, I do have a full memoir that I'm still working on. It's rough. It's really not easy. So I do little bits at a time. And I have most of it done because I took parts of that to make this book. This is a thin book. It's a shorter, very thin, 90 some pages maybe. Oh, 70 something. So it's small. But it wasn't about me. As I was writing my book, I realized, wow, I've made it through this. I'm still here. I've had friends, you know, for less than what I went through, or so I thought. And then I realized how many of us push everything down inside and walk around like everything's fine in life, which is something that I've always done. Any of you that do know me, when do you not see me or know me, even back in high school, smiling and being friendly? And I was one of those that I didn't have a clique. I tried to get into certain cliques, or not tried, but I fell in with certain friends who were in, you know, cheerleaders and, you know, and then the smart kids, who they called, the jocks, you know, the cliques in high school. But I was friends with everybody. There was no clique for me. I could blend in wherever, in a way that was good, and that is me. That's my personality. But in a way also, part of my trauma wounds, which I learned while I've been healing for decades, that was me also. You know, bending and moving and whatever, shape shifting, however I needed to be in whatever situation. You know, I could hang out in any situation and blend right in easily, anywhere, anything, even music. I love all kinds of music. I'm not so much into some of the newer country that I call it twangier, and I apologize if you like country. That's great, but I'm more of the old school. I'm more of a classic rock person, and the 50s. You put on 50s music, and I'm happy. I used to sit. I'm a single child, an only child, kind of. You'll see if you read my book. But anyway, so I spent a lot of time alone, and I had to find things to do. Back then, we didn't have tablets and phones and things to carry around. We had to use an imagination. So I would play outside. I would be Wonder Woman and jumping through the trees and hanging out. I was always in the woods. I was quite the tomboy, but I was also could be girly. That's what I mean. I just could blend, but that's also my personality. I just don't feel that I'm a certain way. I can't describe it, and I'm sure a lot of you are the same. But anyway, so yeah, I just kind of fit in as a child, and even in high school, I kind of just was friends with everybody. And so, but deep down, when behind the scenes, when I wasn't with anyone, I was sad and beat myself up really bad. Really bad. I said worse things about myself than anyone possibly could, and I still almost do. But I've learned to become mindful, so I catch myself. And I never, even all the years, in therapy and all of that, no one ever taught me that. You don't really learn those things in therapy. You don't learn, the neurological parts of trauma, what it does to our brain and our central nervous system and our bodies. Our bodies hold a lot of it, and a lot of it is because we're always shoving it down. So it has nowhere to go after a while, and that's when people just kind of lose it. So, you can't dwell on what's happening or what happened. The past is past. You can't bring it back. You can't change it. It's over. And when you come to that conclusion that it's over, stop reliving, oh, I just wish I did this, or what if I did that, or what if I said this, or what if I didn't say that? Maybe I shouldn't have quit that job. Maybe it doesn't matter. And everything happens for a reason. So whatever was happening at that time that you chose that decision or wherever it brought you, it was meant to be. And that's where it took me, 58 years to realize a lot of this. I've been studying for decades, and I never used it on myself. I remember doing my belief clearing. I'm a belief clearing practitioner. I learn the things, and as I'm learning it, I'm like, oh, it makes sense. And as I was doing it, practicing it, it was working, and I got the certification, and then I found another book, and then now here I read this whole book, and I'm like, oh my God, wow, and this changed my life. I always bring up The Voice of Knowledge, Don Miguel Ruiz. It'll change your life. But I still would move on. Something would happen. That's what it is. Something in life would happen and shut me down because I was still living in those trauma wounds. And I had all of this knowledge. I had studied for the hypnosis back in 2021, and just finally this year got my certification on that. And again, it's not to be certified. I was learning about myself and how to heal, and then I realized I can help others. But anyway, I know I go off sometimes and then I don't remember what the hell I was talking about. But again, I'm me. I'm not going to pretend I'm anything. But what I wanted to do is I had, one of those days where I started to just have an attitude with myself, with just whatever. You know what I mean? And I said, no, let me pull a couple cards, see what, my ancestors or spirit guides have to say. And I wanted to bring you guys along. So I'll try not to make it too long. But yeah, I say it all the time. We choose how we're going to live our day. We choose how we're going to react. We can't live in the past. We can't change it. We can't fix it. It's right now, today, this moment. Not even just today. What am I going to do today? What's my schedule for today? Now, obviously, a lot of us have to have plans and schedules, children and grandchildren and all that stuff, and work. But beyond that, just let yourself live. Let yourself enjoy. Right now, it's winter here up north, so you can't stop and smell the roses, but look at the tree. It's beautiful. It really is, But all of a sudden, I hear people already, oh, we're shoveling. Then don't live here. I lived in Florida for 12 years and hated it. I missed this. I missed the snow. I had a shovel yesterday, and my body's kind of but I did it in, a little bit at a time. My car got stuck pulling into my driveway, and I had no choice but to shovel. And at first I started to be annoyed because that's what we're used to. And then I thought, no, I kind of looked around and I was like, this is why I hated Florida. I wanted this. By the time spring's coming, yeah, I've kind of had enough. But yeah, enjoy where you are. If you are somewhere where you have flowers and stuff, go smell the flowers. You know, go out in your yard. If you have flowers in your yard, go pick some and bring them in and put them inside. You know, if you don't, if you live up north, you know, go grab some wildflowers at Walmart or somewhere. Or just like I said, look at the snow. But there's always something to smile about, and always something to appreciate. Nobody lives in gratitude anymore. Everyone just walks around looking for their next thing. Well, how do I get my next raise, and how do I do this, and how do I get that, and I need a new this because this is getting old, and I need a better car because now these newer cars are, oh, I need this new iPhone because what, you don't. Like, I don't know. It's just, the older I get, the simpler I get, and the more I realize that none of it really means anything. You can't take it with you. And is it really making you happy? I mean, if a new chair is going to make you happy, then yeah, go get it. But don't do it because others did, or you're trying to compete, or, you know, you know what I'm saying. I hope so, anyway. But so I'm gonna ring my. I ask our spirit guides and our ancestors and those ascended masters who are watching over us and guiding us. Please let us know what messages you have for us today. Where do I want to start? I'm going to start with the angels and ancestors. These are one of my favorites. Let me get a sip of coffee here. Oh, that was the card from, I think, yesterday or the day before. I don't know. Half the time I don't even know where I'm at. You know, I go to this one wanted to jump out again. The Spirit Fox. That was from either yesterday or the day before. But if that message, if you guys watched that video, go back and watch if you didn't. Wow. The Spirit Fox wanted to jump out again. So maybe someone didn't listen. So these two fell out, and as I was trying to shuffle, and normally I wouldn't do that, but I'm being pulled to do it. I'm listening to what my inner guides are telling me. So first I saw the Traveler, and it's move in a new direction. Welcome any opportunities to travel, either to the outer world or your inner worlds. Inspired by the Romani travelers, this card represents the nomadic spirit within. The opportunity to move in a new direction is coming your way, and ancestral wisdom is encouraging you to welcome it with open arms. Going on a trip is an exciting process because not only do you learn about the world, you also learn about yourself. This card often comes up when you have a chance to go through a process of awakening and understanding even more about the amazing qualities you have to share with the world. Often such journeys can be lonely, but this in itself can teach you that you are never really alone and that your angels and ancestors are there for you. The extended message: the road you are on may be the road less traveled, but this journey is going to be highly beneficial for your emotional and spiritual growth. If it isn't about covering outer distance, it's about covering distance within, and you will be evolving every single moment of it. Remember to keep things simple and to lighten your load, because that will make your journey more enjoyable. You are also being encouraged to see how far you've come and how you've really grown as a person, because the recognition will support you in going even further. And there's a good chance that along the way, you'll make new friends who will become companions for a lifetime. What a nice message. So that's for someone. Me too. These messages are for all of us, but some will resonate more. And then this one is the Hunter. The Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. So this says, track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. The Hunter card is based on my favorite Celtic god, Sereno. I'm not even going to try. if you want to look it up. Cernunnos, and I'm not even going to try to butcher it today. He is the stag god of the wild and represents both the hunted and the hunter. Similarly, the hunter helps you connect with the energy both fearful and fearless. Your fears are the only things that are standing between you and what you desire at this time. So you have to come face to face with them, as the hunter does with the wild animals, and go beyond them. Extended message. Instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time, so use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. You are here to realize your fullest potential. But this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. If you are a man or identify as male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are female or identify as female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. Yeah, I like these. These are messages from our ancestors and angels. Love it. What I do? Okay. And I want to do from Believe in Your Own Magic deck. I already feel a little better just sitting here doing this. You know, that's why I said you got to get out of your head, and you have to, well, I'm telling you two different things right now. I'm saying get out of your head. But you know what I mean. When things are going wrong or whatever, you can't deal with it at that moment. Get it out of your head. Just move along. I'm not saying forget about it or it doesn't matter, but go back to it later when you can get in your head and be quiet. When you take deep breaths, any situation you're in, stressed out, having a rough day, any of it, and I did it before I got on here to calm myself down. I wasn't okay. You take the 3 deep breaths. Breathe in. Doing deep breaths just gives so much release. And I've told you before, you can even put your arms over your head, you know, raise them in your breath, come up, you know, all the way up, and then, and a heart, go down, hard. Just blow that out. Blow that shit out. Shake your arms. I've said that before too. Shake it off your shoulder. Imagine all the stress, everything. You know, I feel it right now. My upper shoulders, I can't even describe the pain. But I feel, you take it all here, feel it, and then let it go. Let it go. Feel it first. You know, tense up your muscles. Tense them really, really tight, and then release them, and then let them go. Shake them out. It really, really does wonders for your mood. You know, you can go for a walk. That obviously is good for you to release. But yeah, just taking some nice deep breaths is huge. So, let's see. You know, we can't, what I'm trying to explain, and like I said, I'm not having the greatest day. So, no, I am. See, I just literally, this is what I'm talking about. This is literally what I'm talking about. You can stop yourself, because I just said, it hasn't been, yes, it is. It's a beautiful day. This is an amazing day, and the day is just going to get better. And even as I'm saying it, I can feel the excitement and the smile coming back into my face. You have to learn to be mindful and change those thoughts, because nothing's ever going to work out. You're going to constantly drag your past around with you. You're going to drag everything that went on. You're going to drag your day, and it's not getting you anywhere. If you're here watching me, you're probably watching for a reason. Or, you know, maybe just to support me, which thank you, but we all deal with it. Everyone has life, you know, like I've said before, whether you had a traumatic childhood, adulthood, or neither, or just had a really bad day. You know, people have a rough day, but you don't carry it home. You know, if you have something bad at work, don't take it home with you and bring it to your family. And I know I used to do it. I'd come home and say, well, I just had a bad day. How many of you do it? or had it done to you, or still, or did it. No. My grandson was young, and well, he's still young. He's only going to be 10. But he was like 7, and he was kind of nasty the one day, and he says, well, I'm just tired and hungry, and that's how no, no, that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you have the right to treat someone or to bring it home or to, walk around with an attitude. I mean, come on. You have control over yourself, and you're just bringing that energy on to someone else. That's not even right. I did it for years. Took my energy out on everybody. It's terrible now, and I'm sorry if you were one of the people that had to deal with my energy, and it still happens. Everyone's going to get mad. You're going to get mad. You have to let it out. But you know what I mean. Don't carry it with you, and don't put it on other people. Don't do that. God, I did it for so many years. I'm so sorry. So we have number 15 card. Garden. Something lovely will grow from this. So let's see. These are really cute cards. Believe in your own magic. Oh, right there. Garden. Something lovely will grow from this. Either we sit around and dwell in our pain, or we learn how to grow something lovely out of it. Ready or not, it's time for the next chapter of your life. Do the thing you feel most need to do in order to aid your healing, even if it feels selfish. Sometimes it needs to be a little selfish in order for it to work in the long run. Worry about focusing on you for now. But right there, grow from this. Either we sit around and dwell in our pain, or we learn and grow from it. Turning wounds into wisdom, learning and healing from trauma. You can't make this shit up. We're taught, programmed to question ourselves, to react to things that way. Oh, this happened, so you're supposed to get mad over it and carry it around for the rest of your life. This person hurt you, so now you just hate them for the rest of your life. You're the one carrying that around. They might have their thing or whatever, but they moved on with their life, and you're still carrying this anger around for someone. Why? What is it? What purpose is it serving? What is it doing for you? Let it go. Even if you don't fully forgive that person, 100%, do it. Let yourself know. Listen, I forgive you. I didn't forget, but I forgive you. And even if it was traumatic, forgive them for you, so you can release, and then you can let it go. There's the book that I'm reading now that I'll talk about. If I've mentioned, you can't get rid of it until you deal with it, and trauma's really hard. If you're already in therapy or on medication and you're going to do shadow work, then I suggest you talk to your doctor, because it's really bad. I've never cried so hard in my entire life, and I've had extreme loss, and where I thought that I would never recover from some of the loss. I never thought I'd be the same, and in a way I wasn't for a long time, but I realize now I'm supposed to move on. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to make the best of what I have here, because I have a reason to be here, like you all do. You have a reason to be here. You are here for a reason. If you say you're not, or you don't know what it is, sit with yourself, do some breathing, look, put your focus on your third eye, push the thoughts away as they're coming in, no matter what it is. Oh, dinner, or this, or my boss. It doesn't matter. Keep tossing it to the side, and eventually, and then focus on something that makes you happy. I focus on Jesus. I just picture that Jesus is around me. I literally just picture him there, right there by me, and I focus on Jesus is right, because that's what I'm thinking about. That's me, especially since the lost teachings of Jesus and the the Dead Sea Scrolls, and just wow, amazing. The stuff that I learned about Jesus made me feel even closer. And Jesus and Mary and the song "Let It Be" saved me when I was a kid. And so I still kind of go back to maybe that song, even if I'm sitting there and can't meditate, I'll just keep saying, "Let it be." I don't sing the song, because now you're thinking of something. You're trying to let it all go. And the point is, once you Sit with yourself, completely silent, and let it go. Things will start coming to you, you know. But you're not going to think clearly or make rational decisions if you're making those decisions from trauma, from your fight, flight, or freeze. And if you're a functioning fight, flight, or freeze person like me, or like I was, I am trying to, you know, as I said, be mindful to help myself get out of it. But you know what I mean. So this is the Inner Child Oracle. And we already got, it's number 25. Listen, your inner child has something to say. Didn't we already get this one too in another reading? It's just wild out of all of these cards. So that's what I'm saying. Either me or someone here who watches isn't learning. So it says our inner child is comprised of many different aspects of childhood we experienced growing up. There is a 1-year-old inner child, a 10-year-old inner child, and an 18-year-old inner child, and an inner child for every age in between. At various times in our lives, different aspects of our inner child will need to be heard. This card indicates that an aspect of your inner child, one you may not have met yet, has a message for you. Take time to connect with this new piece of you through inner visualization, responsive journaling, play, or intuitive art. Try to be open to what your inner child has to say. Many times in life, we repress aspects of our inner selves in a bid for safety. When events occur in our childhood that we cannot manage or understand, they can become suppressed aspects of ourselves. Because of this, our inner child might bring unprocessed events and memories for us to work through as an adult. If this occurs, be gentle with yourself and have patience. These memories and events will most likely be sensitive in nature because of how long our inner child has carried the pain of that moment. Give yourself plenty of time to sit with whatever comes up, setting aside the practice of processing these old memories if it becomes too overwhelming, or seek professional help as needed. Responsive journaling. Is there an aspect of your inner child that you do not wish to meet? Is there a way to create space for that aspect to come forward today? What was I just saying? Wow. And that's what I was saying. I never cried. So the shadow work brought things up that I didn't want to remember. I didn't want to. And as it was coming up, I didn't want to remember it. And it was hard. And I, like I said in a few videos, I'm not embarrassed to say I cried so hard that my nose was bleeding, like bad. It wasn't just, oh, a nosebleed and you could put your nose up. It was, I've never seen anything like it in my life, ever. And then after all of that release, I woke up the next morning and I felt lighter. My shoulders and everything I carry, and there's still a lot more to go. But it was this major release. Like, wow, I felt like I could breathe. And then that's when I started like really being mindful. Things were, as I was saying things, I was stopping myself and catching myself. And then more childhood memories would come up. So I was journaling them. It's just wild. It really is. If you want to work with me, reach out to me. You know, let me just do one of these too. You know, I'm healing too, but I'm bringing you all along with me. I'd be so messed up. I'm so OCD. I don't want anything, you know, facing the wrong way. It's ridiculous. See, and I just claimed that by saying I am or I have. I'm so OCD. I just claimed that. That's not, you're not supposed to. Don't claim anything. Not that OCD, I guess, is that bad. Keeps me keeps me organized and neat. But this is like a whole, it's a whole thing, like with tarot cards. We're not doing that today. So this card today is protect. You're being asked to protect yourself and your energy. It's okay to want to give to others, which you do effortlessly, It's important, though, that you set healthy boundaries with your energy before doing so. Now is the time to get some protection in place. And I want to do one more. Have faith. I know you can't really say that. It's not always easy to have faith and trust that everything is going to be okay. Yet still, you must do exactly that. Because when you have faith, your life will begin to flow in magical ways that you never imagined were possible. Exactly what I'm saying. You can't heal, you can't move on, you can't do anything until you just you have to make yourself happy, right? And I wanted to do a tarot. And again, for those of you that might be new, tarot and oracle cards are not evil. If someone wants them to be, they can make them evil. Things are not evil. We're all energy. Everything's energy. These are energy. They're not evil. They're just cards. It's the person's intentions behind them. Okay? So don't let anyone tell you different. And if you don't like it, then, like I said, you don't have to watch. I get it. I understand. But it's not evil. It's fun. And the confirmation and the stuff that comes out sometimes is literally that confirmation. You're already knowing something's happening in your life. You're already feeling a certain way. And then boom, this card just confirms it, just says it. Come on. And I don't know. I do everything with good intentions and a kind heart and a healing heart. I'm a healer. I used to be embarrassed to say that, but I am. I made it through everything that I went through in life because I'm here to help others heal. Let's see. We have the Page of Cups. I don't know how well you can really see it. And this is a wonderful book. So I'm going to read what they said. Page of Cups. It says, a dreamer, serendipity, creativity, new, unexpected trajectories, magic and synchronicity, an open and joyful heart, sensitivity and in romance, being motivated by innovative ideas. There is serendipity and magic here, like the first breath of love or the very first kiss. Anything is possible at this time. Be open to wildly wonderful miracles. This is the When Pigs Fly card, and holding it in your hands is a sign that unforeseen yet I'm going to butcher it. Events are coming your way. Bring childlike enthusiasm to unknown and welcome any unexpected twists on your journey. Be open to inspiration from the strangest of places and pay attention to the intuitive musings that arrive. They will give you creativity wings. As you enjoy this time of strangely unique thinking, ensure that you are not being overly sensitive or blocking your own flow because you are trying to control the process. Allow your emotions to follow. Do the breadcrumbs of joy. Play a little more. Do something silly. Stay curious about any feelings of wonder and awe, and allow your sensitive dreamer to dream. This world is my flourishing oyster, and I am excited to see what happens next. And that's the little message at the bottom. Well, you're not going to be able to see it in here. So whoever needed to hear that, and I think I did too. You know? Let's do... I'm going to pull one of my ancestor. These cards are huge. Let's see what our messages... Well, that one just popped right off. So we're taking it. Ace of Cups. Let's see what this book wants to say about the Ace of Cups. I already know this is a good card, but I like to read the messages. Pulling this, an Ace of Cups, is a very good thing. So, light is shed in dark corners to reveal simple solutions to complex problems. The answer to one's question appears in the form of the brimming cup. Wish your will, drink your fill. The clarity of the liquid in the cup may illuminate and answer the problems muddied by emotional turmoil. But this amazing pieces are in the front. I want to find the part. The Ace of Cups brings opportunity to learn and live the gifts of love, compassion, intuitiveness, deep spirituality, healing, and hope. It symbolizes new beginnings, happiness, optimism, and fulfillment. It brings new loving relationships or deepening love to an existing relationship. This card signals fertility and a birth of a child. It brings emotional breakthroughs in life that expand spiritual responsibility. The Ace of Cups brings you self-love. It asks you to listen and open and trust your heart to follow what your heart seeks. The Ace of Cups brings the opportunity to channel the universal love of peace and joy into your life. If you could bottle the heightened feelings in the first moments of falling in love, it would be called the Ace of Cups. But the Ace of Cups to me is new beginnings, beautiful opportunities. That's why that book that came with it doesn't even do it justice. This is a wonderful card to pull. You know, so if you're sitting there pondering things that are going on in your life, just know that, you know, it's on its way. It's happening, you know. So, anyway, I feel better. I can go on with the rest of my day now. I hope this helped anyone else. Again, if you're going through things, please reach out to me. I do have a coffee page. I will link it down here. If I forget, I think I forgot to link it in my last video, but it is in my other videos. But I promise I'll get it linked up for you. You don't have to go hunt around for it if you want to follow me. But my links for my books are there, my Facebook page, and my coffee, K-O-F-I. It's kind of like my website, and where I have some fun things in there. I offer some one-on-one healing work, so just go check it out if you would like to. Thank you again for following, liking, sharing, and commenting, and joining me. So, like I said, I feel better, and then what I'll do is I'll go back and process what those cards tell me. So if you watched, you know, you can always rewatch again and see what ones hit you. That's about it. Have a great day, and we'll see how quick this takes to turn off this time. I sit here like an idiot, you know, waiting for it to shut off. But have a great day, guys. Make it a great day. I don't want to hear it. Bye. Love you.